So Turner Talk Gaming also has a compound, and they are close to the center, but eventually D plus Kia will close in. So this is a very interesting ending that we're getting here. As much as we see from a mini map, like teams are scattered all across, there's a lot of high ground terrain which they can leverage on to get some cover, just like how Falcons right now holds up a defense up against Sky and the rest of Horror Esports. Lobbing nades, and it's a double connection. Make that a triple. My goodness gracious. Horror Esports, the Purple Hearts, just denied that entry so easily with those nades.
Oh, yeah. And now they're down for the count. They're down on knees. And the only remaining member who's still up on their feet, Action, is too far away to provide any kind of support, meaning that the team members Hurrah will descend here from the hills and clear out the other members who's down on their knees and grab their loot for themselves, becoming pirates as usual and doing a little bit looting. But gotta be careful because the team members of RRQ do have visual on them as they are at a much more elevated place here at this moment. Is going to be Zoing alone. This is him. If he's able to hold on to this and survive, he can actually put Hurrah Esports in a pinch as they're not able to freely maneuver themselves around the map, especially when Miramar is not really a good thing. But all this happened in a different time. Action up against Sky, and Falcons will be eliminated here in the hands of Hurrah Esports. Hurrah indeed.
My. We saw how clean that was coming from Horror Esports. The moment those three members were naded out, the fate was pretty much sealed for Team Falcons. Hasn't been a great tournament for them so far, currently sitting at a total of 24 points. But, you know, it's been an exchange between RQ as well as Falcons on who's currently over the bottom. RQ might actually seize this opportunity to once again go in for an overtake, although there was not much at stake for these guys to do so. But, you know, they take pride in what they do. RQ now makes a deeper run into the top 8. Alter Ego finds himself over the corner of the zone. D plus Kia holding them by the edge of the map. It's not going to be an easy task for the rest of Alter Ego to journey through. As now shots being fired, the vehicle will slowly gather smokes. Right out in the open, they have to ditch that vehicle. They know that it's about to blow up. Octa first one to go, followed on by Boyseal. That's not going to be anywhere that Boyseal can even actually maneuver around. So rather unfortunate. Now I believe that's only down to Khan playing for the team. While FaZe Clan, they got themselves into a tough position. Stuck inside the container, and he's about to be shipped off of the match.
Yeah, he was strapped, man. He couldn't do anything. Being sandwiched in that position, and you know, even a nade could have cleared him because the only point of exit is only one way anyway. So, but the game still continues over here with the remaining teams. D plus Kia, I guess, is putting on the pressure over here. And from the last encounter we saw, they're putting the team members for LP Ego Ares in check due to their very favorable position on the high ground. Favin here, after that with LP Ego Ares team members on down south, now they do probably spot out these members from the talk over here. And LP Ego Ares is down with 7 elimination points.
Yeah, there's only so much they could do from the edge of the map. We saw D plus Kia, they really put a strong chokehold against all these teams from that high ground. They're also overlooking onto all these members of Harame Bros. Harame Bros, they look to be in a decent spot, but some of the portions of this warehouse is open to the taking for RQ to also strike over onto that corner. Gotta be on the lookout. While also, I've highlighted this player just about enough. He goes in for the shutdown up against Federalis. So that has definitely been an impeccable range that he's covered from that angle. Meanwhile, more and more nades lobbed by Horror Esports. We see what they've done to Team Falcons, and they're doing it up against RRQ's name on the ground.
I don't know how he does it because he doesn't really have anyone. He doesn't really have anyone, you know, he doesn't have any indicator of where exactly is the opponents are, so he has to cook it with holes able to connect. It's 6 cents, and also rely on information provided by the team members on
for a little bit of region, pushing Fallout with that grenade. Here comes Victor yet again, trying to really find that opening up against IC. Nades are being primed in. Just chips away. It's a little bit of that health bar, but this is going to be the reliance on smoke. Falcon barely has a choice. They have to find a deep dive here. I see already taken out, only down to 2 members standing in the way for the Falcons.
I think that was a bad position there for Falak. He couldn't do much. Victor was literally on his phone. It kind of looked like a crossfire, but because of the grade, it gave a huge advantage for the opponents on that quantity of playground here. Meanwhile, for Murders from Falcon, I think he couldn't gauge well on the distance between him as well as for MB here at the moment. You see lots and lots of smoke, but yeah, still no idea in where the current placements of the team members from 4MB at the moment. Hurrah looking quite confident over here because they do have really nice cover within the building. There's no reason for them to actually make any form of movements as they're currently within the circle here at the moment. Falcons getting a shot shootout. I do believe Hurrah are the ones shooting on him. Meanwhile, Falak is already back on his toes. Throwing up some nades towards Falcon's direction. Doesn't connect yet at the moment. Not really an ideal position. Falak on his knees for the second time here based on what we're seeing. Action also down here. Getting hit by the palm by Falak.
Whoa.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt. And you have to remember, despite it, other team members from SI8 can also throw nades really, really well. It just shows your no fear just securing that kill for ASI8, making it 3 teams left here. The final 3 on this match number 10.
This is the first time we get an ending inside the swamp after a very long tussle. Now it's going to be a very decent holdout for Horror Esports. You have all 4 members standing. Malak still playing by that tiny little ditch that he has. It's not going to be looking so good as the rest of 4MB is also coming in from the back to get the angle straight, and that will be all these members slowly weathered down. Malak's still standing in the way though. So that is going to be another nade being primed into position. He's got barely any space. 4MB will secure it. Now the battle will continue with our top 2 teams, Aura versus 4MB right now. I would say there is the upper hand for 4MB in the form of zone control, but for the rest of 4 Esports, they still have the numbers strength with them at the moment. Zone pressure coming right in, and there are nades after nades coming from inside of Baron. And at least he does have a hunch on how Baron's playing by the rim of the circle. So they could just slowly assess the situation, because the problem for Horror Esports is that they need to descend from this opening of a ridge. So for MV, they got some clear view on how to take on Horror.
Oh yeah, there's no rush. There's still a little bit time before the dinner. For MV, so the 2 team members from the other side of the swamp have to jump over to the other side. Shouldn't be no biggie over here. But the thing about Hurrah is that they do have much better cover. We'll see how they're going to approach this. Somehow it looked like 4MV is trying to screen out team members of Hurrah from making any movements forward as for now.
Yeah, patience absolutely paid off for the rest of our esports. At least they played out that contact that they had up against no fear, which is why they're putting that pressure over onto that flank side. While Horror Esports creates a bunker out of these vehicles, barely any spacing left for the side of Formical Vibes. But the good thing about this area is that there is plenty of ridges around the swamp for them to actually play through. Beautiful shots connecting, but not enough to eventually take down Sky. But they do get a spray through the smoke to actually find an opening up against Apex. Now, the rest of these members of 4MB bunched up, one behind the wheel, another by the other corner. So it's really down to how they will be able to look for a pick-off. Smoke's now being popped right in. The rest of our esports can confidently go in for the push right now, as they're still respecting a little bit of that space, just lobbing nades after grenades. Damage shipped away over us out of the Docker, while there is going to be an overwhelming strength of nades, none of them connecting for the time being. A very difficult zone, as Baron as well as Docker will have to eventually journey their way into the final stage directly in the center. Now they finally get a catch. It's going to be on Baron. Docker is going to be the last one standing, while he will have to fight away for his very dear life as Horror Esports claims the chicken dinner once more.
Wow. And to top up all that, 10 elimination points for them. 10 placement points. That is just insane for this match number 10. Hey, that's 10.